Hello and welcome back to the Impression Wiz channel. I'm your host, the Impression Wiz. And today, I thought I'd do another voice impression tutorial, or voice tutorial, however you want to put it. Today, I figured might as well round this whole week out and call it the week of Caliborn, and I'm going to tell you a little bit how I came up with my Caliborn voice and maybe help you figure out a voice form yourself if you're a fan of the Homestuck fandom. Yeah. So, for a little bit of backstory on him, I guess, and that kind of helps. He is a cherub, which is a creature that Andrew Hussie, well, not really created, but has given kind of an interesting backstory to, and he is linked to his sister, Calliope. Or, I don't know how to pronounce her name very well, but I think that's how it is. But they are two beings in the same body, which is kind of interesting to me in the first place. But he is the nastiest little green skull baby, and I think I've referenced him like that a couple of times, so. And if you've been part of the Homestuck fandom or have seen anything related to Homestuck somewhere around the 5th or even 6th act of the whole situation, you know what I'm talking about. Or even if at the very beginning or closer to like 4 or 5 in a certain way, Lord English, you'd also understand somewhat. Anyway, though, I'm not talking about Lord English, I'm talking about Caliborn. The young and very, very irritable cherub. And I'm sure my version of his voice has probably shifted a couple of times, and if you put it in the comments, you can. I'm probably not going to reference it a whole lot, except for, hey, you're probably going to reference it. Anyway, the basics of how I do him is, first I get into a higher part into my voice and kind of sound higher in my range, but not too high, like kind of a mid-range high, if that makes sense. Still sounding high enough that it sounds male, but it's still not quite low. But I don't necessarily mind dipping down in certain cases just to get it a bit more guttural. And then the accent is kind of flowing. I guess it's kind of a basic, almost British-y sounding. I do not know why I do this all the time. But it's also, I guess it's like old English American accent, sort of. It's hard to explain. Like, it has some Britishy sounding enunciation to it, but it's also kind of slowed down and chunky, kind of like an American accent probably would be in some cases. And the major part of it is putting it in the nose, making it sound nasally. Well, the back of the nose, like back here, but still kind of in the nose. So it gets that nasally sounding sound to it, but then it's not quite there. And adding a little bit of gruff into it, I guess. I know this is very rambly, but it's hard to explain how I do Caliborn because it's just something I kind of came up for him and have listened to a lot of different things. The best reference of how I got it is actually Voxus. They've done the series of Homestuck and voiced it all the way up to about the very beginning of Act 6, I think. Like, it's still, they've gotten to where Caliborn is, but not into some of the more deplorable things he's done. They're nowhere, they're still pretty much not close to the end, but they are very good. I really like their that series. And the person who did Caliborn in that is actually the one who has given me a lot of inspiration. And then I've kind of made it my own, of course. That's my whole thing. So basically, taking Caliborn from the Voxus mindset and then putting my own crazy mind into it. That's how I get my Caliborn voice. Hello, Dick. And it's pretty much just think about trying to be the most obnoxious person. Pretty much think of it that way to you, or the most annoying sounds and voice kind of sound to you that comes from yourself. Kind of throw that into a lot of this stuff, because this is just a headcanon for me. You can do whatever you want, but if you want to try and mimic what I do, good luck for one with this one. But again, I'm not going to try and hold you to, oh, you have to do this, have to do that. He doesn't have a canon voice, so you do whatever you want. But I hope this kind of helps you understand my mindset of him, of how I get that annoying sound of voice to him. And I've done 3 videos this whole week on him. I figured I might as well finish it off. Yeah, but I hope this was informative and at least entertaining for all of you. If you want to see more, put a like on the video, and if there's any tutorials you really want me to do, maybe leave it in the comments. And if you want to see more of my content, please subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on anything that I do. But I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next Tuesday.